Hello and welcome to the NUTRIWAY Health Expert Program, Business Building. And congratulations on making the decision to build your NUTRIWAY business. Today's session has been designed to prepare you to get started on building your business. Of course, the Health Expert Program is made up of 3 sessions. You can do these sessions at any time. Session 1 is nutrition, where we look at the macronutrients, micronutrients, and phytonutrients for NUTRIWAY. In herbal medicine, we look at the herbal supplements for different parts of the body. And today, it's business building. In today's session, we're going to discover your why and setting goals. Talk about your personal brand. What's customer service? Psychology of buying and retail sales. And also how to find some tools of the trade. Let's get started. So you've made the decision to build your NUTRIWAY business. Our role is to support you every step of the way in reaching your business goals. Before you start your business journey, we believe it's important to take some time to discover your why, to build your brand, and to begin developing your business goals. So what's your why? Why have you made the decision to build your NUTRIWAY business? Your why is a very personal thing, but some common whys include to build an income stream, to start your own business and be your own boss, to support your family and family's dreams and goals, and to have the opportunity for some amazing adventures. Now you might be thinking, what does my why have to do with anything? Well, knowing your why is the first step to designing your goals. As a business owner, it's important to take some time to make and then review your business goals. By having clearly defined business goals, you're better able to plan how you go about your business, and ultimately, they help you reach your objective and your why. The start of an Amway year is a great time to set goals so you can plan for the year ahead. And depending on your goals, meeting with your upline to discuss your goals may assist in you reaching them. Now, before we get into how to set goals, let's take some time to think about the different types of goals that you may want to make. These might be personal goals or professional goals. And your professional goals can be broken down into short-term, medium-term, and long-term. Now, as the name suggests, personal goals are those that you might set for you and for your family. And this might be, in many cases, these will help you get started on your business goals or your professional goals. Now, some of your personal goals may include taking your family on a holiday, saving for a house deposit, or perhaps providing your children with opportunities to do some extracurricular activities that they may not otherwise be able to do. Now, professional goals are your business goals, and they relate to what you want to achieve in your business. We can divide these into short, medium, or long-term goals. And the difference of these is the time frame taken into account. So your long-term goal, another way of thinking about it is that is your 5-year plan or your 5-year goal. Your short-term goal is generally those within the current financial year. And your medium goals are those related to from 18 months to 3 years. Now, when you're planning these, your short-term and medium goals should be designed to help you reach your ultimate long-term goal. Now, when it comes to setting goals, where do we start? And how do we get started on deciding what those goals are? Let's go back to your why. Why did you start your business? And what are you looking to achieve from your business? From here, we can set our goals. And to help you achieve your goals, aim to make them SMART. That is specific, so you want to be clear about what you want to achieve. Measurable. Make sure the goal can be measured and you recognize if you've achieved your goal. Achievable. Show that your goal is something that you have the time, money, and resources to meet. Relevant. Ensure your goal is relevant to the direction you want your business to head in. So, for example, that might be to increase your profit or increase your brand awareness. And lastly, your goal should be timely. So set a realistic deadline for completing your goal. So you know your why and you've set your business goals. Now is the time to put steps into place to assist you in achieving your goals. There are a number of things to consider when planning your strategy. Firstly, working with your leader. Meet with your leader and share your goals with them, and that's a really great place to start. They'll be able to provide you with some insights into how they build their business, and maybe able to provide you with some business coaching to help you on your way. Then take some time to make some business decisions. In the same way that a retail store or corporate office has their business hours, perhaps sit down and determine what your business hours are. Having these planned out will help you plan your week, as well as provide your clients and your future downlines with a clear understanding of when you're available. So you've decided your business goals and your business hours. Now think about the support that you may need to make your business hours achievable. For example, if you've got children, you may need to arrange some childminding, something of that regard. So what support do you need to meet your hours of business? Next, have a look at the resources. Take some time to identify what resources you're going to need to assist in your business success. For example, do you have ready access to a computer and the internet? Do you have a tablet that will assist you with your sales meetings? Have you ordered business cards, etc.? Get also to know the tools and resources that Amway has available to you to help you on your business journey. And information about the tools and resources can be found on the Amway website. So you're working with your leader, you've made some business decisions. Now, one of the most important parts of running a successful business, ensuring that you know at any time what you need to do. So it's time management and action list making. Having your to-do list is really good, especially when you're dealing with customers, because it's important that you keep in mind which customers you're due to call or go back to. There's many different tools you can use to help with time management, so find one that's best suited to you. That might be pen and paper, or it might be an online service, or it might be a digital tool you have on your phone. But find what works best for you. And we encourage you to take some time to plan. That may be at the beginning of every week, beginning of every month, whatever works for you. Take some time to sit down and plan out what you need to achieve or do for that week. That might be taking the time to make a list of which customers you need to phone back, of what training you want to do, or what meetings you have. Taking the time to make a list will help you save time during the week, reduce the amount of things you forget to do, and ultimately it helps you to deliver the best service to your clients and your downlines. As an independent business owner, it's important that you develop your brand. Personal brand is the act of developing a good reputation by influencing how others perceive you. It's important for you as an IBO to work on your personal brand in order to differentiate yourself. When you have your own business, your reputation really is everything. Your reputation is based around how others perceive you. And it takes time to build a good reputation. And unfortunately, it takes no time at all to ruin one. So in building your brand, it's essential to consider what you want your clients to perceive you, or how you want your clients to perceive you, to ensure that you can deliver that level of service. By developing a personal brand, it gives you greater credibility, a higher perceived value, influence, confidence, differentiation, and self-awareness. Richard DeVos said that one of the most important forces in the world is the will of men and women who believe in themselves, who dare to hope and aim high, who go confidently after things they want from life. So who are you, and what do you offer? At the end of this session, take some time to sit down and think about your brand. Think about how you want to be perceived, your passions, your goals, and your promises that you're making to yourself. That's going to help you to get started on developing your mission statement. A mission statement is a summary of your brand. It's who you are and what you represent. The Amway mission statement is the following. Our vision is quite simple. We work each and every day to help people live better lives. We achieve our vision by helping people everywhere discover their potential and achieve their goals by offering better brands and opportunities for the future, and by sharing generously with the global community. So what's your mission statement? Now let's move our discussion to customer service. And as an exercise, have a think about what has been your experience of good customer service. Perhaps what's been some examples you've had of poor customer service. From here, it's a great way for you to think about what makes customer service good customer service. So take some time at the end of this again to have a think about what made the customer service experience good and positive. By definition, good customer service relates to the service you and your employees provide before, during, and after purchase. For a business to be successful, the provision of good customer service needs to be top of mind in everything you and your teams do. So have a think about what it is that you want to offer your clients. From the way you speak to your clients the minute you pick up the phone, to the way you communicate with them online, and to following through on promises to perhaps call or deliver a product on time. These are all important parts to delivering that positive customer experience. Offering good customer service is important because it can increase your customer loyalty, it encourages customer referrals, and it can increase the amount of money that client spends with you and the frequency in which they buy. Some of the things you can do to ensure that your customers have a positive experience and is from the minute you first meet them, get to know them, talk to them well, and also small things about how you present yourself, arrive on time, dress appropriately, and have all your materials and sales tools with you. Now, of course, when it comes to customer service, it's a good idea to get to know a NUTRIWAY customer. Now, with the range of products NUTRIWAY offers, we have a product to suit most people. So the question is, who is the NUTRIWAY customer? And the simple answer is anyone who's wanting to maintain health or regain their health. And that includes both men, women, as well as children. If you think about different types of customers who may be NUTRIWAY customers, we can probably break them down into about 5, perhaps 6 categories. These could be someone who is already healthy and uses supplements already. So they're already aware of the benefits of supplementation, but perhaps they don't have any specific health issues. A second type of person could be someone who is healthy, doesn't have any specific health issues, but they don't take supplements at the moment. So perhaps they be able to talk to them about how supplementations may assist them. Thirdly, someone who has health issues and may already use supplements. Perhaps someone who's used supplementation in the past and used NUTRIWAY in the past, but no longer using NUTRIWAY. The 5th type of person would be someone who's a health enthusiast, someone who's very into health, reads the latest research, and knows all about healthy living, etc. And finally, the 6th profile of a potential NUTRIWAY customer is someone who has a health concern because of a family history and is interested in health from a preventative or well-being perspective. So as you can see, most people are going to be a NUTRIWAY customer. So it's keen to know how to work with each one of them. And one of the ways you can do that is by taking a look at the psychology of buying. As you've probably already discovered, not everyone acts the same way, reacts the same way, or even communicates the same way. If you ask 50 people the same question, you'll find that you get a varied response or interpretation of that question. Some people would give you a short, sharp answer. Others would elaborate and give you lots of personal opinions. Others would think about the question, perhaps not respond all that well or that quickly, and then give you a very practical response. And some people would want to know more information about what the question is and want to make sure they've got more information before they give you an answer. Therefore, when you're communicating and selling to someone, it's handy to pick up on buying and communication styles to ensure a good rapport and successful sale. Let's take a look at the different communication styles. I've taken the styles from a very successful DISC model, which is used worldwide to analyze personality traits and determine successful communication. We're going to be looking at 4 different types of buyers: the red, yellow, green, and blue buyer. Let's get started with the red buyer. Our red customer is often someone who's quite busy. They're successfully juggling work and family. They're comfortable being a business owner and they're comfortable giving direction and taking responsibility. They're determined, focused, and target-driven, but they love a challenge and they love to win. When they're purchasing, they know what they want. They want a product that is specific and meets their needs and will give them the result they want. They don't have time for idle chit-chat. They have their goal and they want to have that reached. They don't want to know about how they feel about something or will it meet their concerns. They're going to be very much based on if it's convenient and they want it now. And they want to know when and what will their results be and when will they receive their product. So you'll recognise a red buyer as someone who perhaps appears abrupt or rude, especially as a listener. They're quite impatient when it comes to listening. They'll often interrupt you or speak over you. They may want to take control of the conversation. They'll want your appointment to be short and sweet. They'll want to focus on the big picture and they'll be focusing on where they need to go next. So when you're talking to them, it's a good idea to focus on what are their concerns. What is their goal? What product are they looking for, and what are they looking to achieve with that? And from there, you'll be able to look at what products are going to address those goals for them. They'll want to know the benefits, and they'll want to know what time frame can they expect results, and what's the investment. And most importantly, they'll want to know when they're going to get the product delivered. So ensure you have all the information there, and remembering they're not going to want to have a long conversation. To be able to provide the information as succinctly as possible is going to be really important for them. Now our yellow buyer. This is someone who's likely to have a cupboard full of supplements. They're more likely to read about all new products in the magazines and constantly reading and purchasing from different places. And they're going to be all about how something looks and makes them feel. They're quite tactile. Who is their buzzword? They want to hear about who else is taking the product. What are their success stories? And they will bring it back to their own conversation quite regularly. They're a very social group of people. They're great organising and bringing people together, and they are quite talkative. So they love to communicate. But that may mean you need to keep bringing them back to the point and back to focus a little bit there as well. They'll love to talk about themselves and will go to great lengths to give you information along the way. It's not that they're self-consumed at all, but they want to make sure that you understand their personal experiences and what they're wanting to achieve. Now, when purchasing, they're going to want a product that's going to help to improve whatever their concern is. They're going to like to be pampered, and as I mentioned, they like to hear success stories. So this would be a great group to have some testimonials on hand with. Now, our green group are the more down to earth. They're, again, great organisers and have everyone else's best interest at heart. And with that in mind, the green buyer is the most concerned about the cost, as they'll be thinking, how can they justify purchasing supplements when there's perhaps other financial expenses as well? They're great budgeters and keep everyone on track. Now, they prefer one-on-one consultations. Some other groups may like to sit as a group, but they'll like to have that time one-on-one with you. And they'll want you to be asking them how important this is to them. Now, their buzzword is how. How is this product going to work? Because they're going to be thinking, how can they justify the purchase? What's this going to do for me? Now, to recognise a green buyer, firstly, they don't like being put on the spot or made the centre of attention. They're not going to be forthright and jumping forward to give information or to be called out in a group. They're often the first to ask about the price and love to have a choice or alternatives to compare and think about. They'll be quiet and respectful. They won't speak over you. And always it's important to acknowledge their opinions and concerns and have some information to give them and give it in a really logical manner. Now, the green buyer is not a pushover. They're loyal and would defend as necessary. Logical and down to earth is our green buyer. So that's our red, our yellow, and our green buyer. Our next is our blue buyer. The blue customer is analytical, systematic, and methodical. They love to know all the technical details about a product. But saying that, they're not trying to be difficult, but they're not comfortable making a decision on just say so. They'll want to know the details of the latest technology. They'll love to hear the story of the NUTRIWAY Health Institute. They're also a group that really do like instructions and formulas. So there's sort of people that you'll write down what they need to take. They want brochures and handouts, and they're a great group to give any downloads to, brochures, and to send to the NUTRIWAY microsite. Once they've taken the time to hear what you're sharing with them, they'll also take some time to sit down and do their own research as well, because they want to understand the why. Because once they understand the why, things make more sense to them. Now, to recognise a blue buyer, they're going to be someone who perhaps sits with their arms crossed. They may not be very communicative, but they're taking it all in. When they're ready to talk, they're going to ask you a whole lot of questions, and mainly around the why. They'll often ask the technical and product-related questions, as I mentioned, and they need time to process. So they may not be a decision maker on the day. They will be the group of people who will want to take some information home, research it, read about it, get to know it. But don't think the sale's lost if they don't make the sale the first day. They're certainly going to be there getting the information and making sure that they're comfortable with it. There are 4 different buying types, and By going through those, we're hoping that it helps you to get a feel for the people you're talking to. And of course, that does come with time. So we've talked about what makes good customer service. We've talked about who is the NUTRIWAY customer and some different buyer personalities. Now let's have a talk about where do you find these customers. Now, networking is an important way of finding customers. Building a strong network will help you grow your business by identifying customers and prospects more effectively and efficiently. Take a look at how you can build relationships. Firstly, perhaps take some time to map your networks. Take some time to think about who are your current networks of people. These may be family members, friends, colleagues, associations or groups that you're part of. Then perhaps think about some groups that you'd like to be part of and how can you become close to them. They may be being active in attending events where your prospects may be. But one of the keys to being a successful networker is to find a common ground with those people you meet. Being outgoing and sincere and friendly, being a great listener, and being someone who follows up and stays in touch is very important. So you know your customer, you understand how to speak to them, think about how you can find them. Now let's take a look at some steps to successful retailing. The Amway retailing framework is divided into 2 sections: prepare, sale, and follow-up. Let's take a look at each of these, starting with prepare. And one of the first steps of being prepared is getting to know your product. Take the time to have a look through your catalogue, get to know your product information, do your e-learning courses so you actually understand the product really well. Of course, take some time to think about who is your target customer and get to know who they will be. And plan. Have with you your tools and resources that are going to help you be able to help your customer. So if you're asked a question during your meeting, you've got the information there. So plan. Step 2 is the sale. It's where we actively seek to make a retail transaction. Now, when we think about the sale portion, this gets broken into 3 sections: conversation, determining the need, and solution. Let's have a look at conversation to start with. So it's important to keep a conversation professional and not too colloquial on the first meeting. This is where you're getting to know people and getting to build that rapport and common ground, as well as developing trust. When you're having a sales conversation with someone for the first time, definitely think about your active listening. First, you're trying to determine if this person is open to having a conversation. And of course, if they talk freely, your opportunity is there to continue the conversation. Avoid interrupting them and ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are those require more than a no or yes answer. So some commonly open-ended questions begin with who? Who has a busy lifestyle? What? When? Where? Why? And how? So why might be, I'm curious, why do you think the supplementation will help you? Or what are your health goals at the moment? Things of this nature. By having open-ended questions allows the conversation to flow more freely. Next, we're going to look at the solution. And this is where it's important to take the time to recognize your customer's needs, recognize their concern, and take the time to confirm that what you're hearing is correct. It's been said that the best sales tool is your ears. And by listening to what your customer says and repeating back to them to make sure that you are getting a good understanding of what they're asking for, they'll also like to hear that you're confirming back. So again, so they gives them some time to clarify if it's not quite. But by recognizing the need, it then allows you to take some time to consider what supplements may be the best choice for them. And that's where the solution is. It's at the solution where you can recommend the product. When you're recommending product, knowing that you have an understanding of the features and benefits of your product, it allows you to speak about the product with some information. So this is a product I recommend because of why. Give a testimonial if you have one. My experience has been giving a benefit statement and supporting it again with those features and benefits. And if it's appropriate, perhaps look at some sampling. That would perhaps be in some of the individually packaged powdered supplements. So let's have a look at the last part, and that's follow-up. How much does it cost to gain a new client? Well, we know it's 5 times harder to get a new client than it is to maintain a current client. By following up, it allows you to very easily improve that client satisfaction. It gives you opportunities to have an increased sale for replacing depleted product, and it may gently increase your potential for additional sales. Think about when you've perhaps purchased a product from someone and they've said to you, I'm going to phone you on XYZ date. Now think about when someone hasn't phoned you on that date. How do you feel about that? By making a plan to follow up with someone and being really open with that when you actually deliver a product is important. One of the things I also like to suggest is when you're actually delivering a product to someone, perhaps say to them, I'm going to phone you in a week's time just to check how you're going. This allows them to, if they have any questions about how to use the product, if they've forgotten how the dosage is, or if they've forgotten why that was recommended to them, it gives you the opportunity to reinforce that to them. By then diarising to call them a couple of weeks later, you're actually then again allowing them to tell you how they're going on the product, allow some open discussion. It also allows you to then ask for the repeat sale. That enhances your ability to generate a steady income stream by getting the repeat. Now, getting started. So when it comes to getting started, we definitely encourage you to get to know the NUTRIWAY story, get to know the Carl Rehnborg story. For more information on the Carl Rehnborg story, do visit the NUTRIWAY Health Expert Program Nutrition course, and also visiting our e-learning. We have fantastic courses in there about getting to know the brand. I encourage you to get to know the Carl Rehnborg story. Now, this is Dr. Sam Rehnborg, the son of Carl, and a very active member of the Nutrilite team. One of the things that Carl Rehnborg always does say is to be a product of the product. So get to know your product and use your product so you can then use, talk, and share more information about it. Dr. Sam has 6 steps to successfully selling NUTRIWAY product, and these are: use the product, learn about nutrition. So take the opportunity to do some courses that we have through the e-learning page. Visit your local business centre. Take advantage of the webinars that we offer so you can get to know the brand and the products we offer. Live the brand. So use them every day. Be able to talk to people about how you incorporate the product into your everyday life. Get to know what your customers need and be their friend. Your customers are your clients, and you can't take all the supplementation, but you can certainly learn from others. So get to know your clients, what works for them, and talk to them about it. Again, share your knowledge. So sharing stories is very powerful. And of course, give customer service, as we've spoken already. When we think about it, this is really where the brand first started. Carl Rehnborg passed on his knowledge about product to his friends and families and talked to them about how it worked for him. And from then, it's gone from there. And to summarise the NUTRIWAY Advantage, Nutrilite has been the world's #1 selling vitamins and dietary supplement brand for the past 10 years. Nutrilite is the only global vitamin and dietary supplement brand to grow, harvest, and process plants on their own certified organic farms. With over 80 years' experience in vitamin research and production, the Nutrilite Health Institute has more than 100 scientists, chemists, botanists, and dietitians and nutritionists dedicated to creating the best supplements possible. Again, for more information about the NUTRIWAY Advantage, please visit the Amway website. Now, the NUTRIWAY range has products that fit into a wide range of categories. The icons you can see on the screen now are the icons you may actually have noticed on our packaging. So it actually helps us to divide our packaging into different categories and helps you to determine the suitability of a product. We have categories including immune health, heart health, joint health, stamina and endurance, and weight management. So we've spoken today about NUTRIWAY the brand. We've spoken about discovering your why and customer service, and about identifying different customer groups. Your business success is now in your hands, and we hope that by attending today's training and by working with your upline, that you'll have the skills and tools to set you up for success. Now, a reminder, you're not alone when you're with Amway. Some of the great contact points to keep in mind, of course, are our customer service team. They can be contacted through the 1800 454647 number if you're here in Australia. Our business centre teams are there to help you with your product and registration questions, so be sure to visit your local business centre. And our naturopathic advisory helpline is here to help you with anything you may have from a nutritional perspective. I'll give you that email in just a moment. From a resources perspective, we have a number of resources. We do, of course, have our health and wellbeing consultations available through the business centres, and our business centres have a range of training events available for you to take part in. By attending today's presentation and by completing an online quiz of 20 questions, you will actually then be able to get your certificate in NUTRIWAY Health Expert Program Business. Your password is healthbusiness_expert3. To find it, go to the My Business and then NUTRIWAY Ambassador page, and you'll be able to follow the link to the quiz. Thank you for joining me for the NUTRIWAY Health Expert Program Business. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the Naturopathic Helpline at naturopath@nutriway.com.au. Thank you and goodbye.